Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing European outlook for today's second video. So as was on a Thursday, we're having a look at the weather for next week's 10 days across Europe in detail, and I shall get on with that for you very shortly. Just to say that the first video released today was our 7 AM broadcast. We've got a 10 to 14 day with all the regular features coming up for you later on this afternoon. And this evening we're going to have so much, not so much live, I won't have time to do a live stream this evening, but I will do a little storm watch video, focusing on the breakdown to a heat wave that's coming up tomorrow night, Friday night, and into Saturday. So go through some model data and see how things are looking in terms of chance of thunderstorms the end of the week and into the weekend, and that'll be coming up as an upload, not a live stream though, for you this evening. So busy old day at GavsWeatherVids. Please like, share, subscribe on all the videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And we'll crack on then. So we're going to start off with the situation across Europe. I'll leave webcam on for this one. I think going to start off with the situation across Europe today. So high pressure is in control still across many northern, western parts of Europe. A big area of high pressure we see there from the Azores high remains dominant at the moment across western and northern Europe. It continues to bring heat wave conditions to much of the northwest. Cooler air is digging into northeastern parts of Europe with this area of low pressure. I mean, down into the East Europe and through the Med, just generally looking pretty hot through there, really. The upper air temperatures look like that. So, of course, very, very hot through the Med, particularly focused around Spain and Portugal. But most parts of the Med look really hot, as you expect, in the middle of summer. Going northwards, it's really warm to hot across most parts of Ireland and the UK. Very impressively hot with the upper air temperatures and the surface temperatures for Ireland at the moment. And then it extends over into southern parts of Scandinavia, so Denmark, into southern Norway and Sweden, really warm from there. Going further northwards, though, it is cooler. We've got cooler air digging in from the Norwegian Sea into central and northern parts of Scandinavia, and also pushing in towards those northeastern parts of Europe as well, around Finland, for example. Precipitation-wise, those are dry weather coming up with that area of high pressure, of course, today. So there will be a few scattered showers here and there, but most areas are going to be dry. Some thunderstorms cracking off over the Alps, and some patchy sort of showery rain with those northwesterly winds across parts of Norway and into northern Sweden. But generally it's a dry scene really across most parts of Europe today, and very warm to hot in many areas. It's quite cool in the extreme north of Scandinavia, but other than that, it's a very warm or hot scene across most parts of Europe, especially so down in the Med. Of course, Spain, for example, well into the upper 30s, if not the low 40s Celsius. This heat extends through the Med as well. Ireland, UK, seeing temperatures into the upper 20s to low 30s Celsius, and the heat extends over into southern parts of Norway and also Finland, also Sweden as well. It's just a very, very warm to hot scene across much of Europe today. Now into tomorrow, Friday, the high pressure still dominating across northern Europe, but a fungi low is beginning to develop across France and into the Bay of Biscay as well. This fungi low is pulling up increasingly hot air though through France, and that's beginning to extend up towards the Low Countries and southern southwestern parts of Germany too. Still remains a very warm scene with the upper air temperatures further northwards and westwards. Most parts of the Med look hot too, and as I say, extremely hot through central and eastern parts of France and down into Spain and Portugal, extending through the Mediterranean. Into the far north of Europe, though, it's a little bit cooler there, with winds coming in from more of a west-northwest direction. Loads of dry weather coming up tomorrow, again across many parts of Europe. A few showers scattered about here and there, but basically it's dry, hot and sunny in most areas. The most evident area of precipitation is around the Bay of Biscay and into northern parts of France, where thunderstorms will be starting to develop and push northwards. It's another very warm or hot day across most parts of Europe again tomorrow. Into Saturday, we've got that fungi area of low pressure developing across northern parts of France, starting to push up in towards the UK as well. The ridge of high pressure has migrated to Scandinavia, where it is beginning to weaken quite a bit. Upper air temperatures again remain really warm or hot across most parts of Europe, very hot through the Med. That heat pushing in towards the Adriatic and into the southeast Europe as well, becoming really hot around the Balkans, down into the eastern part of Mediterranean too. Very warm or hot further northwards across much of northern Europe too. Just starting to cool down a little bit, perhaps through the UK and through Ireland and into northwestern France with that fungi area of low pressure. Heavy showers and thunderstorms through northern France, extending into southern parts of England Also moving over in towards the Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, and eastern France, as well as western Germany. There could be thunderstorms breaking out there during the course of Saturday afternoon. Otherwise, it's a dry scene really across most parts of Europe. Dry, hot, and sunny. Once again, temperatures look like that. The heat is gradually starting to get pushed eastwards, beginning to cool down slightly through the UK line, but still very warm actually, I would have thought, when the sun is out. And down into the bed, still hot through there. Then into Sunday, low pressure just developing more, developing more widely across western and northwestern parts of Europe at the same time. The heat is beginning to push further and further eastwards. The upper air temperatures show that Eastern Europe is becoming ever hotter as it's beginning to cool down slightly across Western Europe. Still looking really warm though, actually, across much of Scandinavia. Precipitation-wise, again, heavy showers or thunderstorms could extend from the UK and Ireland over towards western parts of Germany and up to Denmark and southwestern Norway too. The Med looks mostly dry, hot and sunny. Most of Northern and Eastern Europe looking dry, hot and sunny as well. And temperature-wise, the heat is through the Med and into the Balkans, and then up this eastern side of Europe, really warm or hot through there. Just a little bit cooler in the west and in the northwest of Europe. Temperatures beginning to edge down slightly through Ireland, the UK, and into northern parts of France. On into next week, we look like that. So high pressure is gradually receding back into west of Russia, starting to become more and more unsettled as the week goes on, with lower pressure beginning to develop in the north and in the west. The upper air temperature show the hottest there is being pushed into the east of Europe. Western, northwestern Europe beginning to turn quite a lot cooler. Precipitation-wise, there's heavy showers or thunderstorms through the UK and Ireland. They push over in towards southern Scandinavia, France, the Low Countries, Germany. Possibly even some storms begin to break out into Poland as well. Northern Scandinavia, a lot of dry weather through there. Most parts of the Med looking pretty dry, but a few scattered thunderstorms perhaps developing around the Pyrenees and into eastern parts of Spain. Very hot across the Med, and especially so in the southeastern part of Europe. Look how hot it is through the Balkans, for example. Then it's sitting down towards the southeast of Europe, Romania, and then down in towards Greece. Really hot there on the temperature scale. We could be going up to around 40 degrees by the look of that. It's over 100 Fahrenheit through this southeastern part of Europe. At the same time, it's cooling down quite a bit across western parts of Europe. It takes a while when it's been so hot to properly cool things down. So it's just a case that day by day through the UK, through Ireland, through France, through the Low Countries, we'll see the temperature just beginning to edge down on a day-by-day basis. And then into Tuesday, again, low pressure is developing in the North Atlantic now and starting to bring like a westerly flow into northwest Europe. So day by day, it's gradually turning more unsettled across northwest Europe. Upper air temperatures are starting to become ever cooler in west of Europe, while we have this extreme heat across eastern, particularly southeast parts of Europe and southern parts of Europe as well. Still looking very warm at this point across Scandinavia. Lots of heavy showers, thunderstorms, longer spells of rain beginning to move in from off the Atlantic in towards Western Europe. And these storms edging ever eastwards, like into Poland, for example, by the time you get through into Tuesday, and becoming increasingly fungy, perhaps across Scandinavia as well. Southern Europe, though, does look mainly dry away from northern parts of Italy. Again, extremely hot in the east of the southeast Europe and through much of the Med as well. Out to the northwest, temperatures will be turning cooler as the wind comes in from off the Atlantic. And then into Wednesday, low pressure deepening around Ireland, the UK, bringing wet and windy weather in off the Atlantic Ocean. Also looking quite unsettled across Scandinavia too. Southern parts of Europe looking generally pretty hot and dry. So the upper air temperature very hot through the Med and up this eastern, southeastern side of Europe, really warm over Scandinavia as well. Out to the northwest, it is a good deal cooler through there. Precipitation-wise, outbreaks of rain through the UK and Ireland, heavy showers and thunderstorms through Germany into Poland, pushing ever eastwards this time now, getting towards Ukraine, and heavy showers and thunderstorms probably across Scandinavia as well. Southern, southwestern Europe looking mostly dry. Precipitation-wise, hot in the east and southeast Europe and through the Med, cooler in the west and in the northwest. Then Thursday, again next week, looking hot in this eastern, some part of Europe, much more unsettled with this deep area of low pressure, even dare I say it's a slight tinge of autumn conditions for the far west and northwest Europe. Air temperatures show that it's warm across Scandinavia still, and hot in the east and the south of Europe, cooler in the west and in the northwest. Precipitation-wise, there's going to be heavy showers and longer spells of rain through the UK, through Ireland, and pushing up towards Scandinavia too. Much of eastern and southern Europe, we're looking mostly dry, sunny and hot. Temperature-wise, it's going to be hot through the med and into the southeast part of Europe. Warm up the east side of Europe, cooler though in the northwest, with perhaps a hint of autumn in the air for northern parts of Scotland. And I'll just extend you to day 10. So basically the setup continues with low pressure continue to move into the northwest Europe, bringing further spells of rain through the weekend of the 31st of July to the 1st of August. Northern West Europe looking very unsettled, always drier and hotter through the med and into the east and the southeast of Europe as well. So big changes on the way. We're starting off in the west and the northwest Europe with heatwave conditions. We're going to see that breaking down over the next couple of days. Next week looking much cooler and much more unsettled, and at that point the heat gets pushed into the east and the southeast Europe, where it could actually become quite extremely hot in that east and southeastern part of Europe for a while next week. Generally a much more unsettled flame across much of northern Europe, I think, as next week progresses. Right, that's it for European Outlook. We'll be back later on with your 10 to 14 there, but we'll include all of regular features. And as I said, we've got Stormwatch coming up for you this evening around 7 o'clock. For this video, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.